All right, gonna give this a whirl. Date is July 22nd. I am in the Sacramento airport. Currently about 30-ish minutes away from my boarding time to Haneda Airport in Japan. It has been pretty complicated organizing this trip together. Or maybe it's not for people who are just super used to this kind of thing. I'm not, and I work with heavy information in very specific ways in terms of like how I just mentally process them. So having it all kind of come to a head is, I guess, satisfying because it's done. I'm just hoping that I will get what I need to out of this. I just figured with all the money I've spent on my gear and the trip alone, I figured I'd take the time to just document something for myself or for whoever watches. Why am I taking the trip? I guess it's probably worth saying first, like, it's not that I've never wanted to go to Japan. I've always appreciated the culture. Pretty much everything about that culture, and like most people that you would expect. I was into anime and stuff when I was a kid, and I was super into the culture and the language, or as much as I tried to be. I don't speak it, but probably around after high school, midway through college, I just kind of stopped engaging with the culture. Not that I didn't like it or anything, but just kind of fell off my radar. I kind of went into survival mode, and for the longest time I kind of abandoned it. I think when I was either 29 or 30, right before one of those birthdays, I decided to go to an anime con again. I make pretty good money, so I figured, what the hell, give it a shot. And I had a really good time. Now, before connecting those two dots, this trip is not about, being into that. But what it did, the point I'm trying to make here is that it did kind of reawaken things in my head. Not to the degree to the point of booking a flight. That came a little bit later, but that was kind of the catalyst, as it were. Last year around this, almost exactly this time, June, July, I stumbled across a YouTube channel that talked about AI tech appearing more in Japan and how it's becoming more of a viable job opportunity over there. And at this point in my life, about a year ago, and I would say until now, I do not have a lot of prospects for where I'm going with my life. I make very good money. I have a pension. I have a paid-off car. For all intents and purposes, I have the life that most people sought after when they were in their 20s. Stable income, rock solid job. I'm unioned and everything. Got the car. I still live in an apartment. That's, frankly, for me, that's perfectly fine. But I know some people really aim for the house. But chasing that all my life, and then finally getting to this point, I'm realizing that it's just not satisfying. And I'm looking for more. I won't go into it now because this is really just kind of almost meant to be just a video diary of just my thoughts before boarding the plane. There are political implications behind this decision to make this flight. But overall, my goal is to go to Japan for a month. Not as a tourist. I mean, I am implicated by nature of me doing what I'm doing that I am a tourist, but I'm not going with a tourist intention. I'll probably go visit one or two things, but I don't have a big itinerary planned. I'm not going to be like blazing a trail every single day, waking up at the butt crack of dawn and not going to bed until I've done everything I wanted to do that day. That's not what I'm going for. I chose a city that's very similar to the one that I live in right now, in terms of like work life and probably income. It's a commuter town in Japan, Tachikawa. Because what I want to do is just see what life is like. Now I don't speak Japanese, so I'm obviously going to be missing a good portion of that. It's not that I haven't tried taking Japanese in the past. It just I won't bother explaining in this video. But I can't focus right now on focusing a language. I can barely focus on anything outside of my job. So I guess kind of the impetus of this trip is to hopefully figure out what I want in life. I've never traveled, not significantly anyway. Never traveled to Japan. I wouldn't even necessarily say it was a bucket list item, even despite how much I was into the culture and anime and stuff when I was a kid. I just never really considered it even a possibility. But I'm 32, single, no kids, decent job, don't have much in savings after this trip. But I'm going to see. It really could have been anywhere. Japan was it just so happens to be the one that I was interested in, just based on my history as a kid and the things I was into. It could have literally been anywhere. But I'm seeing if going anywhere else will kind of wake something up in my brain. And maybe make me think in a new way, because as of right now, if you were to ask me where I saw myself or what I wanted to be doing in 5 years, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Realistically, I'd still probably be at the job I'm at right now. That much I'm pretty confident about, but beyond that, I have nothing. I don't really have dreams. I don't have things that I aspire for. My job is very boring. I'm very good at it, but I really don't like it. It's not fulfilling. It's not challenging. It's just running the same wheel in my brain every day. But anyway, in tandem with seeing that video last year and basically culminating on it for pretty much an entire year, it's crazy to think it's almost been a year since I saw that video. I figured my current job is tangential to AI. It wouldn't be hard to make a leap over there. There'd still probably be things I need to learn and stuff like that, stuff that you'd expect. But and then on top of that, Japan has its own problems, and I'm not going to even pretend to understand the problems that Japan has. But from a surface level, it's pretty easy to determine, like, oh, okay, this country is currently struggling with this, that, and the other. Comparatively, I would much rather have the problems present in Japan right now than the ones in my own country. I know to most people that'll probably come off wrong. I mean, it's just a quick video. I'm kind of disjointed in my thoughts. It's loud in here. I'm hearing people talking, so I'm not really thinking straight or talking straight. But I'm not going to try and pander to some online argumenter, whoever's going to see or comment on this video. Of like, oh, well, you don't know anything about Japan. How can you even say it's going to be better over there? Here's what I can tell you. The way that culture and life is over here, I don't like it. I don't mesh with it at all. People have always told me, oh, why not just go to a different state or, try a different job. That doesn't change. I am looking for I need a fundamental change in my life right now. I've never cared about making a lot of money. Never cared about the big house. I just want stability and peace. And the reality about changing places in America is that the culture follows you. America is big. I mean, Japan is like 1/3 the size landmass of California itself. It's like almost like a thin strip about as long as California. And it's crazy that there is such a large landmass on this planet that has similar culture the entire way through, unlike literally anywhere else in the world. And it doesn't really matter where I go. Let's say my chief complaint was like prices and stuff. Say I go to Nebraska, get a job there, probably similar to what I make. Prices, everything would be cheaper. I'd be making less as well. It would line up. The necessity on a car. I don't really have a lot around me that I feel like going out to. I'm not really like a bar crawler. I don't really have external hobbies. There's nothing I'm super interested in. Confident in saying that. So, if all that just didn't really make sense, in a disjointed way, I'm going to another country. Could have been any country, just happened to be Japan, because that's the video I saw. To just see what it does to my brain, and see if it can help me think thoughts that I haven't thought of before. Because right now, everyday life here, where I'm at right now, it is stagnant. If I'm not like stimulated by YouTube or anything, I very rarely have a thought like that's outside of my routine. Yeah, that's pretty much it. 30 days is a long time. This is also my first vacation ever. I've never taken days off willingly. My first vacation, my boss forced me on because I was like running out of vacation days or something, and I'm an anxious wreck when it comes to work. Even on my days off, I can never relax. So it's funny, on my first day off on that first vacation, my boss called me in a panic saying, "Bro, where are you?" And I freaked out, and then he realized he made a mistake, and we both had to laugh about it on the call. But once we hung up, I was basically strung out for the duration of that 1 week off. I wasn't able to relax at all. That's how problematic it is right now. Forgot where I was going with that. But yeah, could have been anywhere. Just happened to be Japan. 30 days is a long time. So I'm wondering if the thoughts that I have in my head right now as I'm recording this are going to be different. Well, they will 100% be different, but I'm curious how different they will be, or what I discover. And I will record videos when I'm there. And see what I can make of it. I'll go from there. My flight board's in about 25 minutes. Going to Seattle first with a 3-hour layover. That is horrid. But then a easy 10-hour flight. That's cake. It's easy. Just trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. I don't think there is. Just wanted to get a raw recording of my thoughts, because I haven't really like fully sat down and thought about this beyond just like my planning right now. My mom and my grandma asked me, because I was over there probably about 3 hours ago to get ready for this. They asked me if I'm excited, and of course, like, I'm excited to go see somewhere new, especially a place that is so fundamentally different. But I'm not like buzzing. But I think it's because in my head I know that I'm not really treating this trip like a vacation or as like a tourist destination, though that is factually what it is. But my mind is so locked on trying to determine what daily life is like, and if it's something I can find reasonable to mesh into. And then who knows, if I like it, I come back, I'll start gearing things both in my personal life and my job and my skill set to try and make my way over there. And if not, then I don't have the money for another trip. Everything was on this. So see where that takes me. think that's it. Yeah. All right. I'll see you in Japan.